What's up, everybody? Welcome to my YouTube channel HDA Forex Empire. You know, I'm back again with weekly outlook. In today's video, we'll be analyzing the forex markets using technical analysis, and we'll be able to tell what is likely to happen in the forex market this coming week. But before we dive into the charts, make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification bell to stay updated with every information and educational content I drop. So guys, starting with the dollar index, now we will look at the weekly time frame first. So on the weekly time frame, you can see that the dollar index is bearish. It's kind of bearish. So we can see this here. We can see this on the dollar index. You can see price doing this, and you know this bull candle looks like a correctional move or a retracement. So that's what happened in the previous week. So in the previous week it was retracement. So now we could spot the structure here. On the dollar index. Let me modify it. So we could spot this structure here on the dollar index. So now let's move to the daily time frame and see what we have. So on the daily time frame, we can spot a trend line here. We can have a trend line here on the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, we can spot a trend line here, and now we can spot another structure here on the daily time frame. Can spot another structure here also. So now let's move to the 4-hour time frame and study the price action there carefully. So now on the 4-hour time frame, let's see what we have there. So now on the 4-hour time frame, let's study price action carefully. Now this is what I was expecting on the dollar index. I was expecting price to get to this key level here, then drop, but price failed to do so, and we saw that price broke the structure. Now let's spot our key levels. So we're able to spot this key level here. So price was within this range. At first. Price was within this range. Then we also had this here. This key level here. So now I'm still bullish on the dollar index. So I'm expecting price to drop to this level here. That's what I'm expecting on the dollar index. So when price drops to this level here, I'm expecting price to go up to this point here. So I'll be taking my profits somewhere here. If price fails to get to this structure here, then I'm not going to place a buy trade on the dollar index. So I'm expecting price to come down here. But if you move down to the 1-hour time frame also and see what we have there. So on the 1-hour time frame too, we can spot a key level here. So we can spot a key level here also. Then we can spot another key level here also. At this very point here. You can spot another key level at this very point here. So some traders can also wait for price to drop to this point and buy, or price can drop to this point and buy. Can drop to this point here also and buy. So it's either this key level here, this key level here. But personally, I want to see price drop to this point here. I want to see price drop to this key level here, then buy. But if price gets to this point here, you have to study the candlesticks behaviors very well. Or this point, you also have to study the candlesticks behavior very well before you place a buy trade. But personally, I'm interested at this very point here to place a buy trade. You know, whatever we do here is not financial advice, so everything is at your own pace. So this is my analysis on the dollar index. So I'm expecting more buys on the dollar index up to this point here. So okay guys, our next pair we'll be looking at is the Euro USD. So on the daily time frame, we can see that Euro USD is kind of bullish on the daily time frame. And now if you have to spot our key levels, we can have a key level here We can spot a key level at this very point on Euro USD, and we can also spot another key level here. We can spot another key level here. So we can spot another key level here. So now on Euro USD, I'll be expecting buys at this very point here. So I want to see price push down to this point here, then buy, or it's likely that price can continue pushing down to this point here. Then I'll look for buying opportunities, then buy. So it's either this point here or this key level here. So any of this key level, price can drop to them and start going upwards. So now let's move to the 4-hour time frame and see what we have there also. So now on the 4-hour time frame also, since you are expecting price to continue pushing downwards, like I said, we are bullish, we are kind of bullish, and we are expecting price to push downwards to this level, then we buy here, or price to push downwards to this point here, then we buy. But we can also catch some sell moves on Euro USD. So if you want to sell, I'll be looking at this point here. So we can spot a structure here on Euro USD. Then we can have a beautiful trend line at this very point here. So we can have this trend line here. So now this is what I want to see on Euro USD if you want to continue selling, if you want to see price pushing downward. So if you want to sell, I want to see price get to this point here, get to this key level where the trend line and the box here or zone is meeting. This is a confluence. So I want to see price get to this point here, then sell up to this point. So I'll be taking my profits at this very point here if I'm to sell on Euro USD. So like I said, I want to see price push downwards to this point here or this point here, but personally I'll be taking my profits at this zone here. So I want to see price push down to this zone here or this zone here. Like I said, I'll personally be taking profits at this point here. So this is my analysis on Euro USD. So guys, our next pair we'll be looking at is USD JPY. That's the US dollar and Japanese yen. So now on this pair we can see that price is very, very bullish, and we can see that when price go to this key level here, this particular key level, price go to this key level here. So I want to see price continue upwards. I want to see upward continuation on USD JPY up to this very point here. I want to see price continue upwards to this very point here on USD JPY. But let's move to the 4-hour time frame and see what we have there also. So on the 4-hour time frame, we could spot this key level here. We could spot that price was ranging within this point here. We could spot that price was ranging here. We could spot that price was ranging within this point here. So the range was here. We saw price broke, then came to retest this point here, then continued upward. Came to retest this point here, then continued upward. So we could spot another key level here on USD JPY. And we also had another key level here. on USD JPY. We also had another key level here. So we're expecting price to drop. We're expecting price to drop down here. Then look for buying opportunities. Then we buy, but that didn't happen, and we saw price ranging. So let's move to the 1-hour time frame and see what we have there also. So on the 1-hour time frame, this is what I want to see. So now we have this point here. We have price within this range here and this range here. So we can see price within this key level here. So now this is what I want to see on the 1-hour time frame. Now, oh, sorry. Let me try and modify it. Let me draw it again. So now, like I said, on the 1 hour time frame, we can see price within this range here. We can see price within this point and this point here. So now, if price is to break upwards like this, I want to see a retest to this point here, or the area within this range here. Then look for buying opportunities, then buy. But if price fails to do that, if price fails to do that and price comes down and break this zone downward here, then I'm expecting price to come down to this point here, then look for buying opportunities, then buy. So two scenarios we are having here. So the first scenario is this. So this is the first scenario on USDJPY. If price breaks upwards like this, I want to see a retest to this point here or within this zone here. Then look for buying confirming candles, then buy. So this is the first scenario. And the second scenario is this. For the second scenario, this is what I want to see. If price fails to break and comes to break this zone downwards here, then I'm expecting price to come down. So if price comes down, I'll be looking for buying confirming candles, then buy. So this is my analysis on USDJPY. So guys, our next pair we'll be looking at also is the USDCHF, US dollar Swiss franc. So on this pair, you can see that price is bearish. Price is very bearish. Price is very bearish. So now we could spot this zone here on the Swiss franc, US dollar Swiss franc. We could spot this zone here. We could spot this zone here. So I want to see price. I want to see price move upward to this zone during this week. I want to see price move upward to this zone during the following week. During the following week, I want to see price move upward to this zone. So when price gets to this zone, I want to see price come down here. But who knows? So when price gets to this zone, we need to study the price action here carefully. But this coming week, I'll be expecting some bullish movement on USDCHF to this point here, to this zone. I'll be expecting bullish movements to this zone this coming week on USDCHF. And now we can also spot a beautiful trend line here. You can spot a trend line here. You can spot a trend line here, a beautiful trend line here. So we could spot this trend line here also. So now let's move to the 4 hour time frame and see what we have there also. Like I said, this coming week, I'm expecting bullish movement on USDCHF. So now on the 4 hour time frame, we can spot this level here. We saw that price was ranging within this point here. Price was ranging within this point here. So price was ranging there. Then we saw the breakout. We saw price breakout to this point. We saw price breakout to this point here. And we saw price coming down. So now I want to see price come down to this very point here. I want to see price come down to this very point here. Then look for buying confirming candles, then place my buy trade upward. Place my buy trade, then see price going upward. So this coming week, I want to see upward movement on USDCHF. I want to see price drop to this point first before I place my buy trade. So this is my analysis on USDCHF. So guys, our next pair we'll also be looking at is the Great Britain pound Australian dollar. Some say Aussie dollar. So now on this pair, we can see price forming something like a head and shoulder pattern. So we could see the left shoulder here, Then we saw the head here. Then we can see the right shoulder here, Then, then we saw this up bull candle here. So it's like that price to continue downwards to complete the head and shoulder pattern. But let's move to the lower time frame and see what we have there also. So This week I'll be bearish. I'll be bearish on GBP AUD. So now on this pair, now let's see what we have. So we can spot a trend line here. We can spot a trend line here on GBP AUD. On GBP AUD. So we can spot this trend line on GBP AUD, and now we can spot a structure here at this very point here. So we can spot this on GBP AUD. So now what I want to see on GBP AUD is this. I want to see price move upward. I want to see price move upward to this trend line here. To this trend line here and drop, or it's likely that price can go upward to this zone here, then drop. So two things can happen. So our first scenario is this. First case, it's likely that price will do what? Will continue upwards to this trend line here, then drop. So this is the first scenario, and the second scenario is that price can also do what? Continue upward to this zone here, then drop. So this week I'm kind of bearish. I'm bearish on GBP AUD this week. So this is my analysis on GBP AUD. So the next pair we'll be looking at is GBP NZD. That's the Great Britain Pound New Zealand Dollar. So now we could see that this pair was kind of bullish, but if you have to look at recent price action, we saw that price is ranging, price is consolidating. So you can see price within this point. We can see price within this zone here, and price within this zone here also. So you can see price within these two zones here. So recent price action shows us that price is doing what? Price is ranging. So now let's move to the 4-hour time frame and see what we have there also. So looking at the 4-hour time frame also, so now what we need to do is that we need to study price action. We can see that price has gotten to this zone here. Price has gotten to this zone here. So we need to study price action at this point very well. We need to study the price action at this very point well. It's likely that price can break out. If price breaks out, I'll be waiting for a retest to this zone here, then buying confirming candles before I buy. And it's also likely that price can drop. Price can drop to this, can drop from this zone here, then drop to this point here. So what we need to do is that we need to study price action here carefully. But let's move to the 1-hour time frame and see whether we have something beautiful there also. So if you have to look at the candlesticks, if you have to study, you can see that the size of the candlesticks here are reducing. The size of the candlesticks here are reducing. They were reducing. They have reduced. So I'll be expecting some downward movement, but we don't know. Anything can happen in the market. It's likely that this coming week price can continue upward, but looking at these candlesticks, it can happen that price will drop. The market surprises us always. The market will always surprise you, so we wait and see. Guys, the next one we look at is US oil. We look at US oil. So that's the next pair we'll be looking at. So now with this pair, we can see that price was once ranging, and now we can see that price broke the range upward, and we can see that price is now kind of bullish on US oil. So now if you have to spot our key levels, we can have a key level here. We can have a key level at this very point here. We can have a key level at this very point here, and also a key level here. A key level here also. So now price broke this particular key level. Price broke the key level upward, and we saw that. So let me illustrate this. So this is what I mean. Price broke this key level upward, then got to this point here, then came to retest. Then we saw the upward continuation here, and we can see that price has gotten to this key level here also. So now what we need to do is to study the price action at this particular key level closely. We need to study the price action at this key level closely. So now let's see. We can also spot another key level here also. We can spot another one here also. So we can spot another one here also. Now let's move to the 4-hour time frame and see what we have there also. So now on the 4-hour time frame, so on the 4-hour time frame, we can see a serious wick rejection here. This particular one, we can see a serious wick rejection here. So it's likely that price will drop. It's likely that price will drop downward because of this serious wick rejection here. Also it can happen that price will break out, and if price breaks out, I'll be waiting for a retest to this zone, then buy up to this point here. So I'll buy up to this point here. If price breaks out, like I said, wait for a retest, then buy up to this point here. But it can also happen that price will drop, but I'm convinced that price will drop because of this weak rejection. But we need to study the price action carefully. Like I said, the market is full of surprises. So this is my analysis on US oil. So now guys, the last thing we'll be looking at is Bitcoin. We'll be taking crypto, Bitcoin. Now if you are to study recent price action, we can see that Bitcoin is ranging. Bitcoin is within this range here. It's within this. Then we also have this here. We also have this on Bitcoin. So now Bitcoin is within this range. And we can also spot another key level here also. So now Bitcoin is ranging. So Bitcoin is within a range. So it will be risky to trade within the range, but if you are to trade within the range, I'll encourage you to scalp. Scalp. Now we can see that Bitcoin has gotten to Bitcoin. Let me take my path. So we can see that Bitcoin has gotten to this key level here. And it's likely that it can go up to this point here. But like I said, it's risky to be trading within the zone. So if you are to be trading within the zone, I'll encourage you to scalp. It will be better to scalp. But if Bitcoin breaks the zone downwards, my target will be this key zone here on Bitcoin. And if Bitcoin is to break upward, my target will be this point here. So this is what I have on Bitcoin. This is what I can see on Bitcoin. So like I said, if you will be trading within the zone, it will be better to scalp. It would be better to scalp because there's a lot of noise on crypto. So like I said, this is my analysis on Bitcoin. If you found this video valuable, make sure you hit the like button. And if you have any question, you can do it to ask in the comment section below. I will do my best to answer all your questions. And also help me reach 100 subscribers by the end of this month. Please share to friends and family so that they don't miss what we are enjoying the channel. Guys, if you are serious about making profits in the financial market, you need the right tools and platform to succeed. I want to introduce you to Pepperstone, the ultimate trading broker that has helped countless traders, including myself, achieve their financial goals. Pepperstone is a regulated broker. With Pepperstone, you are not only allowed to trade on MT4 or MT5, Pepperstone also allows you to trade on TradingView. If you want to create an account with Pepperstone, tap on the link in the description box below to create an account with Pepperstone. You can also join my Telegram channel by tapping on the link in the description box below. I drop free forex signals and trade setups. Thank you.